बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम माय डियर स्टूडेंट अस्सलाम वालेकुम। उम्मीद है कि आप सब खैरियत से होंगे। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द इम्पॉर्टेंट टॉपिक फ्रॉम द paper 1 question number 2. So what is that? That is the sources of law in Islam, sources of Sharia, or in other words, actually this is gonna be the important, and this is gonna be the confusing topic. If you don't pay attention, then you might confuse in the concepts over there. So that is why you need to understand, read and listen my words carefully, and read the topics from the book Frkhanda Muhammad, Dr Saqib, or other books which has been over there in your bags. Got it? Okay, let's start studying something from the topic. Use of Quran in legal thinking mean that sources of law. So basically, let's start from the start. Islam actually is not only the religion who used to give us guidance about specific method and techniques, but it also help us to guide us, to dictate us that Muslims must live there according to some law, some values and some ethics over there, because law is something which used to help us to create a balanced society. Law is something which used to guide people to live in peace and harmony. So basically, law is very much important for the society, for a country over there. Without law, there will be chaos, there will be disorder, there will be destruction all over that activity. So by the help of law, peace can be maintained over there, because the nations, the countries cannot be survived without the rule of the law. So law is very much important for the society. Okay, so Quran, basically Islam used to give us space that we can also make new law by using some specific method over there, in specific condition over there. So Islam used to give us dictation about the Sharia, about the law. Okay, so I'm using this word Sharia again and again. Let's understand the meaning of Sharia. So basically, Sharia is an Arabic word, and every Arabic word got two meanings. Okay, the literal meaning and the technical meaning. Literal meaning, the meaning within the dictionary, while the technical meaning, the meaning in the terminology of Islam. That is how Islam used this word in a specific conditions over there. So Sharia means a path to be followed. This is the literal meaning of Sharia. Got it? So Sharia mean where people used to walk, where people used to go over there in order to reach a destination. That is known as path. So path, Sharia mean a path which must be followed over there. While in the terminology of Islam, Sharia mean the law of Islam. That what are the laws being given to us by Allah Almighty, by the Holy Prophet, and how we can make new law by using these two sources, Quran and Hadith over there. Got it? So in Islamic terminology, Sharia means the law of Islam, but literal meaning of Sharia is a path to be followed. That how we need to walk on a specific path, on a specific road over there. For example, you have gone through the motorway or CPAC or roads over there. There are signs over there. So basically, signs used to help you, to guide, to dictate that how you can walk, how you can drive on the road over there. In the same way, Sharia is something which used to help us that how we can walk on the path of the life. What should be done, what should not be done. If we do something, what can happen to the society on the road, and so many other things. So basically, Islam covers all aspects of life. So that is why it also gave us law and obligations and duties to live their life. Now let's come toward the sources of Sharia. Okay, in Islam, basically there are specific sources by which we can drag out the law. There are some specific ways by which we can make the laws over there. So those are called sources. The sources mean something from which we can drag out something. Sharia means the law, sources of law in Islam. Got it? Okay, there are basically four sources of Sharia in Islam. The first one is known as Quran. Second one is known as Hadith and Sunnah. Got it? These are known as primary sources or independent sources. Okay, how and why they are primary sources, we will study it later inshallah. First one is Quran, second one is Hadith and Sunnah. third source of law is in Islam is ijma, and the fourth source of law in Islam is qiyas. Third and fourth, both sources, they are known as secondary sources or dependent sources. So these are the four main sources to make law for the Islamic society, for the Islamic country over there. So they are going to help us to make law, they are going to help us to formulate the life of the people. These are going to help us that how we can create a peace and harmony within the society. Got it? So we will study them inshallah one by one. Let's start studying about the first source, that is Qur'an. Okay, Quran, why it is a primary source? You need to understand this topic, you need to understand this heading in order to understand the importance of this. Quran is the primary source of law because number one, it is the word of Allah Almighty, because Allah do know the demands of the future, demands of the people in the coming days. So that is why Allah has actually given us the Quran in the form of His words over there. Got it? Why Quran is the primary source of law? Because it is the word of Allah Almighty. Okay, why we need to consider Quran as the first primary source of law? Because it is unchanged from the first day of revelation. It was given to the Holy Prophet in 23 years, and Holy Prophet started to receive revelation around about 1450 years ago. So mean that it is unchanged from the first day of the revelation. Something which is being protected or unchanged from the first day, this will be the primary source of law over there, because that is the word of Allah Almighty, and Allah has taken responsibility by Himself to protect the Holy Quran from being changed over there. Got it? So that is why Quran is the primary source of law. Then comes Quran is the complete code of life. Okay, Quran used to cover all aspects of human life, whether spiritual, moral, ethical, financial, business activities are concerned, their physical demands are concerned. Got it? So Quran used to cover is a complete code of life which used to cover all aspects of the life. Mean that in Quran we can find out different verses, different revelations which used to dictate us, which used to guide us towards the right path. Whatever we need right now, it can be found in the Holy Quran. What will be the need of the coming generations in the coming time, it can be found in the Holy Quran. So that is why Quran is the complete code of life. It covers all aspects of human needs over there, of human life over there. Got it? So that is why Quran is the complete code of life. Last but not least, everlasting law. The Quran used to give us laws that those are everlasting. It is being not changed by the previous people. It cannot be changed by the coming generations over there. What law being made by what law being made by Allah Almighty in the times of the Holy Prophet, that law still is in progress. That law is still active. That law is actually we can follow it without any second thought over there, and it will remain for the coming generations as well. So Quran used to give us everlasting law. So that is why Quran is the primary source of Sharia or law in Islam. Now we are going to study about some references which used to help us that why it is the primary source of law. So I have made the list of the different references over there. You need to read these references, their wording, memorize them and try to understand them, because these words are going to help you to understand that why Quran is the complete code of life, why Quran is the primary source of law in Islam. Got it? So the surahs which has been given to us by Allah Almighty in Makkah or in Medina, they have some information for us all the time. For example, the Makki surah, they used to cover beliefs. Okay. On the other hand, the surah which was given to the Holy Prophet within Medina, they used to cover our social aspects over there. Got it? So this is how Quran is the primary source of Sharia. So tomorrow inshallah we are going to study the second source of law, that is known as hadith and sunnah. So until then I need to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.